Okay. Here we go.
Allow you to do it. Tell me what you want to do. Tell me you'll never want to lose me. Y'all, stop telling me to call her. Bree is calling her now. She's not going to pick up if I drop out the box. I'm not that damn crazy. She's not going to pick up. Men are predators, lady. Men
Hold on.
are predators. We're not started. We're not talking about that. We're not talking about that. We're not talking about that, HB. We're not talking about that. We're not talking about that, HB. You're too drunk to have that discussion. We're not talking about that. No, we're not talking about that. Tell them they rape you.
She said, set them up. Tell them that they grape you. Set them up. Tell them that they graped you. I'm about to cry. I won't. I almost didn't come live. I almost did not come live. I almost did not push that button. I'm so. I'm. Hey, Grenade. I'll play it again. Everybody do the perfumes. Do the perfumes and the taps. Because I don't want nobody over here reporting. She said, me and my supporters, we set people up. Hey, let me play it again.
You think I give a fuck? I don't. Also, the supporters over here, we set men up. Get Bree, call HB on the phone, please. Because I don't think don't start that shit. You get more and more aggressive with ever somebody trying to talk you down off the ledge. Just tell me what you want to do, and then I'll drop, and I will allow you to do it. Tell me what you want to do. Tell me you'll never want to lose me. Y'all, stop telling me to call her. Bree is calling her now. She's not going to pick up if I drop out the box. I'm not that damn crazy. She's not going to pick up. Men are predators, lady. Men are predators. We're not started. We're not talking about that. We're not talking about that. We're not talking about that, HB. We're not talking about that. We're not talking about that, HB. You're too drunk to have that discussion. We're not talking about that. No, we're not talking about that. Tell them they raped you.
Set them up. Tell them they raped you. Diane, your subscription is expiring. Oh, that's funny? Grown ass crybaby? That's funny? Okay. Can you share it to me? So I don't know your name. Can you share it to me, Villagente? Can you share it to my inbox, please? You don't have to, but if you can, that'd be great. I'm never letting nobody.
I understand it's triggering to women, but for men, we expect certain things out of certain females. I mean, you're gonna be set up one way or the other. It is what it is.
Hey,
But
sure.
hearing that come out of her mouth and knowing her situation and things like that, now it makes you look back and say, hold up, was this a setup? But then people ain't gonna want to hear that come out of people's mouth. They just don't want to hear that person was a victim. That's all. They just don't want to bond and sympathize because of what happened to them. But it is what it is. I mean, I don't have no expectations of, you know, of her. I see it for what I see it as. Exactly what she said out of her mouth. And the same way everybody been holding Slim accountable for what he said while he was drunk, they need to do the same in this instance. You got to hold this person accountable.
So somebody said didn't hold on. Somebody said didn't the man admit it? I'm not gonna discuss that because I lose in that argument every time. What I saw, it was not an admittance. However, thank you, Pearl. I'm not gonna speak on it. You know what I'm saying? It was because it's semantics and wording. But I lost that fight, and I'm not fighting that fight no more. I'm not fighting that fight for nobody no more. I'm at the point where y'all believe what y'all want, y'all think what y'all want. You know what I'm saying? But it's the group. It's the group. I don't even know if the group think. I don't want to use the word that everybody else use. But it's the fact, hey, Lav, that people don't think for themselves. It's the fact that you can't think for yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's the fact that you can't have your own thought process and your own opinion without being called a victim blamer or all of this shit. But then we hear stuff like this. We hear videos like this or whatever. And hey, Simone, and then it's okay. I don't give a fuck if it's yeah. Like talk last word, absolutely. Like at the end of the day, like I said, I have 2 grandsons. I'm not, and I never want to be what y'all call a girl's girl. Because that would mean I would have to put my own thoughts aside. That would mean I would have to put my own logic aside to look at it the way y'all want people to look at it as women, and don't realize that when it happens to you, now you want everybody, hey, see me, see me, see me. Look at what they're doing to me. When it happens to you,
I want to say this one thing. You kind of got to be careful with this conversation because, you know, people like to do skits. And by just throwing that out
that
there,
wasn't no skit.
I understand, but, you know, people going to try to swing it and make it seem like...
They're not going to try to swing it. It wasn't no skit. We know it wasn't. I don't care, Kari. I don't care. I've been trying to tell y'all. I've been trying to tell y'all. In the middle, I'm not putting myself in the middle. What I'm saying is I've been trying to tell y'all that instead of worried about me, instead of worried about my thoughts and my process, worry about the mental health of that person because that person is getting worse. But everybody like, oh, I like her, I like her, I like her. She the truth, she the truth, she the truth. But they don't realize she's unraveling. They don't realize that something really is traumatically wrong. But but because they like the way she eats people or goes at people or talks about people, physical looks and all that shit, then people don't understand that she's telling y'all exactly who she is. I've been telling y'all that for months. I've been saying this for months. She tells you exactly who she is. And then when y'all was saying I was unraveling, I'm sitting there like, I'm not the one drinking on live sliding down the motherfucking wall. I'm not the one getting drunk. Y'all ain't looking. Y'all ain't paying attention.
You know these idiots only gonna victim blame. You know that's all they gonna do. They gonna swing right back with it and say, well, she was a victim then, and that's why she's saying what she's saying. And you blaming her now because she's going through it.
I don't
That's
care at
all
this
these
point.
idiots gonna
I don't
do.
care at this point. At this point, I don't care because let me tell you why I don't care no more. Because I'm going, because I swayed away from me in May. When all that shit came out, I swayed away from me because I was tired. I'm like, fuck it. Right? I'm not swaying away from me no more. Call me what the fuck you want to. Cancel me, unfollow me, unsubscribe, block me. Okay? I'm not swaying away from me no more. They did say I was unraveling. They did say that. I'm not. And nobody's gonna make me feel bad for me having my own mind and my own thought. No more. No more. Because my first instinct was right. What is my first instinct? That I have to assess things. Not saying that she's lying or she lied about the first situation. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is me assessing situations is rightfully so. I have the right to do that. I have the right to assess what I want before I make a determination of what I think is happening. I have the right to do that. I'm not saying that anybody's lying, anybody's not. I'm not saying any of that. But what I'm saying is staying with my own self and using my mind first and thinking and processing shit. I'm going to continue to do that. Because
We all process that situation. Everybody came up to their own conclusion. Some people just jump straight in and say no because of what he said or whatever. But it was verbal things that were not in text messages. A lot of y'all won't go back and watch the videos, hear things that were said. It's so much footage and so much like people was just sitting back like, something don't sound right on one side, something don't sound right on both sides. I think both of their asses culpable with this whole shit.
well, we ain't gonna even go into. We're not gonna go into that. We going into
I,
this
I
video,
get you.
right? We're gonna go into the video because the reason why I played the video is because my first mind anyway. There are women that will set me up. There are women that will set me up. Period. And this is why I have my own mind. This is why I have my own mind. Let me play the video again.
Fuck, I don't. There's over here. We set men up. Get Bree, call HB on the phone, please. Because I just think don't start that shit. You get more and more aggressive with ever somebody trying to talk you down off the ledge. Just tell me what you want to do, and then I'll drop, and I will allow you to do it. Tell me what you want to do. Tell me you'll never want to lose me. Y'all, stop telling me to call her. Bree is calling her now. She's not going to pick up if I drop out the box. I'm not that damn crazy. She's not going to pick up. Men are predators, lady. Men are predators. We're not starting. We're not talking about that. We're not talking about that. We're not talking about that, HB. We're not talking about that. We're not talking about that, HB. You're too drunk to have that discussion. We're not talking about that. No, we're not talking about that. Tell them they rape you.
Set them up. Tell them they rape you.
It sounded like it was some back end conversation also. His homegirl talking about we ain't talking about that right now. Like y'all done had that discussion before. Like that part of it. Like what is she telling her? Like she's speaking on something in a drunken moment that y'all done had a conversation about. That's what I'm hearing over there, extra in that
So
goddamn video.
I'm gonna read an email that was sent to me back in April that I didn't read because I was asked not to, but it aligns with what this video says. Hold on, y'all.
Why is it a war piece? Where's the war? And the war begins. What do you mean by that? Your name Messi talking about and the war begins.
I'm not at war with nobody. I'm telling y'all that right now. I'll be damn. I'm not at war with nobody. God fight my battles for me. My father, he fights my battles. Um, Let me see. I gotta find the email. Probably ain't meant for me to read it because I can't find it right now.
What you mean these people crazy on this app? You on this app too. You crazy. Like how that shit correlates. You can point at everybody else but not self. This is the problem with accountability on this app. And it's y'all white women over here in black spaces talking about crazy. So who y'all referring to? Make sure you're a white girl. Oh, you a black girl, I think.
Okay. Yeah, I don't see it, and I'm glad I don't because I probably ain't supposed to read it. I'm discombobulated. Um, There's a lot. I'm looking too hard.
lot of y'all women done set men up too. Don't act like y'all didn't. There's some men that got some domestic violence charges and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Start looking in the mirror. Stop saying my ex-husband was a bad guy. Uh-huh.
Quit antagonizing my people, Corey.
I ain't antagonizing them. I'm being truthful about what it is.
I can't find it. But it was an email about back when there was the Discord, and it was said that she had got drunk and started to talk about things that happened, like, you know, well, I'm glad I didn't read it because it's like a lot of intimate stuff. I started to talk about things that happened in her childhood or whatever, and admitted to setting up Black Chicago. Now, it was said to me by all the people in the Discord that that didn't happen. Um, I wasn't there. They said that everything else happened but that. But when I heard the video, I'm like, well, I don't know if they were just telling me that or what. Um, but that's what the email said. I'm trying to, y'all. I don't remember the date. I know it was like in April.
Try to type in keywords.
I did. I typed in the name. Hold on. I know I sent it to school.
You sure you didn't move it to a secure location file?
I didn't.
Somebody say type the word Discord.
I did. Hold on.
Now, I'm just saying, I don't think it gonna matter, T. Um, it, it's hardening to hear, but it's a reality. Women ain't gonna look at it. They gonna band together. They gonna act like Power Rangers.
Yeah. It's true.